Welcome back to Character Conversions, where I try to bring fictional characters to life in D&D. Today we will be building Mithrandir, better known as Gandalf. For stats, we'll be using the standard array from the player's handbook. It's important to note that while the Maiar are essentially celestial godlike beings, we are building the form he takes with limited power to minimize his direct involvement. Strength will be 12. One of our primary weapons is a longsword, so we need some strength. Dexterity is 8. Our form is still that of an old man. Constitution will be 10, no particular feats of durability to note that I'm aware of. Intelligence will be 13, we are one of the most well-informed people in Middle-earth. Wisdom will be 15, we need the will to not be broken by Saruman's torture. And Charisma will be 14, our strength lies in our force of personality and ability to inspire others. For a race to represent our celestial nature, we will be going with Aasimar. We will use the version presented in the DM's guide. This increases our wisdom by 1 and our charisma by 2, raising both to 16. We have dark vision out to 60 feet, celestial resistance grants us resistance to both necrotic and radiant damage, celestial legacy grants us the light cantrip. At 3rd level it will grant us lesser restoration, and at 5th level we will learn daylight. Finally, for languages we can speak common and celestial. As we stated earlier, Gandalf is one of the most well-informed beings in Middle-earth, so for our background we will choose Sage. This gives us Arcana and History as skills. For languages, we will take Draconic and Infernal. And finally, we gain the Researcher feature. Now, if we don't know the answer to something, we often know where we can go to obtain that knowledge, like how Gandalf left the Shire to do research on the ring. Our class might surprise people. Despite the Ishtar being called wizards, and Gandalf probably being what most people think of when they hear wizard, Gandalf's strength comes from his knowledge and ability to spur others into action. He tries to advise rather than lead. For this reason, we're going with Bard. This gives us a D8 hit die, proficiency with dexterity and charisma saves. For skills, we will be taking Insight, Investigation, and Persuasion. We have proficiency with light armor, and for weapons, we have simple weapons, hand crossbows, long swords, rapiers, and short swords. At 1st level, we gain Bardic Inspiration. Now as a bonus action, we can grant another creature within 60 feet a D6 Inspiration die. They can add this D6 to any ability check, attack roll, or saving throw in the next 10 minutes. We can use this a number of times equal to our charisma modifier, and they replenish after a long rest. Our spellcasting first grants us 2 cantrips. We will take Friends and Message. Vicious Mockery may be considered the essential bard cantrip, but Gandalf attacks more with his staff and sword than with magic. For our 1st level spells, we will be taking Animal Friendship, Fairy Fire, Speak with Animals, and Thunder Wave. At 2nd level, we gain Jack of all Trades, allowing us to add half our proficiency bonus rounded down to any ability check we make that doesn't already include our proficiency bonus. Song of Rest allows us to restore a D6 extra hit dice to all our allies when we take a short rest. This is usually done with soothing music, but perhaps Gandalf is just sharing some pipe weed. Finally, we gain another 1st level spell. We will choose Heroism, nothing better to represent inspiring our allies to greatness. At 3rd level, we choose our Bard College. We want to further improve our abilities to inspire allies in combat, so we will be choosing the College of Valor. This gives us proficiency with medium armor, shields, and martial weapons. Combat Inspiration makes it so that our Bardic Inspiration can now be added to damage rolls. In addition, it can be spent as a reaction when attacked to add the result of the roll to your AC. We also gain expertise in 2 skills of our choice. Let's choose Perception and History. Finally, we gain our first 2nd level spell. We will choose Animal Messenger for when we need to call the Eagles. 4th level is our first ability score improvement. We'll drop it into our charisma, of course, raising it to an 18. We gain an additional cantrip this level. We will be going with Prestidigitation. Should be good for making impressive smoke rings or entertaining little children. Finally, we gain an additional spell this level. We will pick up Heat Metal. At 5th level, our Bardic Inspiration die increases from a D6 to a D8. Next, we gain Font of Inspiration. Now we regain all of our expended Bardic Inspiration when we finish a long or short rest. Finally, we gain our first 3rd level spell. We'll pick up Tongues, as Gandalf was known to speak many languages. At 6th level, the College of Valor grants us extra attack. Now when we take the attack action, we can make 2 attacks instead of 1. Next we gain Counter Charm. As an action, we can give ourselves and our allies within 30 feet of us advantage on saving throws against being frightened or charmed until the end of our next turn. A creature has to be able to hear us for this benefit, and the benefit ends if we are incapacitated or silenced, or if we voluntarily ended, no action required. Finally, as a spell this level, we will pick up Dispel Magic. I'm not 100% sure how Saruman was controlling King Theoden, so I'm just assuming Dispel Magic is how Gandalf was able to undo it. At 7th level, we gain our first 4th level spell. We're going to grab Locate Creature. Gandalf always seems to be able to locate his allies when they need him most. 8th level is our next ability score improvement. We'll be capping off our Charisma, raising it to a 20. For our spell this level, we'll pick up Compulsion. At 9th level, our Song of Rest improves to a D8 of extra healing. We also gain our first 5th level spell. We'll pick up Legend Lore to further increase the depths of our obscure knowledge. At 10th level, our Bardic Inspiration die increases from a D8 to a D10. We gain Expertise and another 2 skills of our choice. We'll be going with Arcana and Insight. We gain an additional cantrip this level. We will be picking up Blade Ward for a little extra protection if we need it. This level is our first instance of Magical Secrets. We have 2 spell selections this level, and they can come from any class, including this one. Our spells will be Mage Armor and Fireball, 1st and 2nd level wizard spells. Our AC will be a tad higher, and we can conjure fire for some extra offense as well now. 11th level is our first 6th level spell. We're going to pick up True Seeing. Gandalf was able to see into the Dimension of Wraiths. At 12th level, we gain another ability score improvement. We're going to drop this into our Dexterity, raising it to a 10 to get rid of that negative. At 13th level, our Song of Rest increases to a D10 of healing for short rest. We also gain our first 7th level spell. I don't know if I'd say any of these spells on the Bard list are good choices to represent Gandalf, so I'll be going with Regenerate. Casting this on yourself will allow you to fight for longer in melee. At 14th level, we gain the final ability of the College of Valor, Battle Magic. Now when we use our action to cast a Bard spell, we can make 1 weapon attack as a bonus action. In addition, we gain our next instance of Magical Secrets. We will pick up Lightning Bolt, a 3rd level wizard spell, and Flame Strike, a 5th level cleric spell. Gandalf is able to conjure lightning as well as fire. At 15th level, our Bardic Inspiration die increases from a D10 to a D12. We gain our first 8th level spell, of which we will choose Mind Blank. 16th level is another ability score improvement. Let's drop this into our Constitution, raising it to a 12, and gain a few more hit points. At 17th level, our Song of Rest increases to a D12 of healing on a short rest. Finally, we gain our first 9th level spell, for which we will choose True Polymorph. I don't know if it's the perfect choice, but you could use this to turn yourself into a Planetar, and maybe use that to represent Gandalf's true form. 18th level is our final instance of Magical Secrets. First spell we will pick up is Find Greater Steed, a Paladin spell. We can use this to summon a Pegasus, a representation of Shadowfax. The more accurate choice would be Find Steed to summon a Warhorse, but we're going to take some liberties and go with the stronger choice here. Our final spell choice will be Foresight, a Bard spell. At 19th level, we gain our final ability score improvement. We'll drop this into our Dexterity, raising it to a 12. At 20th level, we gain Superior Inspiration, the Bard Capstone ability. Now when we roll Initiative and have no uses of Bardic Inspiration, we regain 1 use of Bardic Inspiration. End result, we have 113 hit points. With Mage Armor, our AC will be 14. We are primarily a support character, using spells like Heroism and our Bardic Inspiration to make the other characters in our party more effective. Our larger spells, like Regenerate or True Seeing, are more likely to be used to make ourselves more effective fighting in melee with our longsword. Be sure to look for every opportunity to use your knowledge skills and Researcher feature, as this is where we can primarily shine outside of combat. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, comment your opinions or suggestions for new builds, and please subscribe. I hope all your 20s are natural. See you next time.